any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
It's on it. It's on it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
You ready? Canelo, just one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? It's just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
Terence Crawford, widely regarded as a pound-for-pound elite champion, has drawn a clear line in the sand regarding a potential matchup with Floyd Mayweather Jr. He has spoken openly and confidently, making it known that he is willing to risk his undefeated record. Crawford is currently at the peak of his career and has made it clear that he is not interested in an exhibition-style event. Instead, he is calling for a genuine, competitive fight that carries full seriousness and stakes.
He said afterwards, "You are better than Floyd Mayweather."
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
When you heard that, what did you think?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know. I don't go on for that.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford have been linked through ongoing rumors of a potential showdown, sparking widespread speculation in the boxing world. Many believe such a fight would put Mayweather's undefeated legacy on the line, something he has always protected carefully. Meanwhile, Crawford's high-profile victory over Canelo Alvarez made a major impact across the sport. It was seen as a defining moment that ended a long and difficult period for Crawford, during which he was often labeled as one of the most avoided fighters in boxing.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out, from Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not.
Kovalev was older. He
Joe.
does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo though?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too.
Terence Crawford reportedly stated that after a long and difficult journey, he had reached a point where he would walk away from boxing if a legacy-defining fight with Errol Spence Jr. did not take place. He suggested that if the matchup failed to materialize, he would consider retiring from the sport entirely, highlighting how important that fight was to his career goals and overall legacy. Interview 4. Terence Crawford ultimately proved his dominance on the biggest stage, showing why he was able to defeat Canelo Alvarez, and in doing so, he achieved a historic milestone by becoming the first male boxer in the four-belt era to remain undefeated across 3 different weight divisions, further strengthening his place in boxing history.
It happened. If not, then, you know, it just be one of those fights that go down in history that didn't happen. You know, it's numerous of fights that didn't happen. Do I want the fight? Absolutely, yes. Have I tried to make the fight? Absolutely, yes. Do I want the fight after this fight? Absolutely, yes. Like, of course, you know, but if it doesn't happen, then it's out of my power. I can't, you know, make the man fight. I can't make the man, you know, go against, you know, what he stands for with his team and all that. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to do what I do.
How was this particular weight cut? Was it a very difficult one, or did you feel at ease with the weight cut?
I mean, it's always difficult, but, you know, like I said, I don't make any excuses. The better man won tonight.
Terence Crawford's victory further solidified his status as the pound-for-pound king of boxing. The most shocking moment came after the final bell, during the post-fight press conference. Canelo Alvarez, who had shared the ring with 2 of the sport's biggest names, made an unexpected and humble statement that surprised many fans and analysts.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division. Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter. Then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship. And then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. was widely regarded as a master of hitting without getting hit, showcasing unmatched defensive skill throughout his career. However, his legacy is built on more than just statistics or an undefeated record. He also stems from a carefully crafted personal brand that positioned him as the best ever, shaping how fans and the boxing world remember him both inside and outside the ring.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Canelo Alvarez's comments created strong reactions among fans and analysts, especially when viewed in relation to a fighter known for a huge competitive ego. Many wondered how someone in that position would respond to watching Terence Crawford achieve what he himself never managed. Becoming an undisputed champion across 3 weight divisions, raised questions about pride and rivalry in boxing, and whether witnessing such achievements from a peer brings motivation, discomfort, or a renewed sense of challenge.
We already know. We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or his speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career has often been analyzed by commentators such as Max Kellerman, who criticized his highly selective matchmaking after he moved up from the lightweight division. This criticism raised debate over whether Mayweather was being overly cautious or simply operating as a highly intelligent tactician protecting his undefeated legacy. That same question continues to take on new meaning as fans reassess his career in light of modern boxing comparisons.
Disputing your story, but I can see the money getting crazy after that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you'll see reports. You mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
When there's a percentage split between Floyd and Pacquiao, I'll just say this. On the Monday after the fight, we wired him in advance, and the advance was $100 million. Someone comes to me with a 9-figure check and says, we need your signature in order to release this.
Wow.
And that's when it set in. It's like, wow, we're at a different level. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly made a surprising move by backing Terence Crawford in a wager when Crawford faced Canelo Alvarez in a twist that caught many fans off guard. Mayweather is said to have placed a $50,000 bet on Crawford to win, which would have returned around $124,000.
They say Floyd did it in 4, but he had a weight stipulation where Canelo couldn't weigh in as a full junior middleweight. I don't count that. That's not a junior middleweight. That's 3 for Floyd.
What do you have to say to that?
I had one fight, and the fight wasn't actually at a catch weight. It was at a catch weight, but it wasn't my idea. Canelo at one particular time thought I was scared of him, that I was afraid. So he said, Floyd don't want to fight me. I'm willing to meet him at 152 pounds or 152 and a half. And me, I called his bluff and said, if you want to do it, let's do it at 152. But after Canelo made the weight, it wasn't like it was a certain clause to where he couldn't gain weight. So after he weighed 152 or 152 and a half, I think he came in like 168 or close to 170.
And actually, I came in at probably like I probably came in at 151 and 152.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s reported wager was viewed by many fans as a classic strategic money move, but it also sparked deeper speculation. Some wondered whether it was simply a smart financial decision or if he genuinely saw something in Terence Crawford that reminded him of a serious challenge to his long-standing dominance at the same time. Comments from Canelo Alvarez added more fuel to the discussion, turning the situation into a wider debate across the boxing world. What followed was a wave of conflicting opinions that effectively turned the sport into a battleground of narratives and legacy comparisons.
Crawford, Billy Crawford, even though, fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was... But look who he beat. Undisputed. Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it, that's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? Yeah, I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person going forward. They still can beat some fights, but it really put a bruise on you. You didn't see Spence fight yet, did you? No. Did you hear him name opponent for him to potentially fight? It's been quiet. You see the weight he gained?
A hypothetical matchup between a prime Terence Crawford and a prime Floyd Mayweather Jr. has divided both experts and fans. The deeper the comparison goes, the more complex the debate becomes. Mayweather, despite his brilliance, showed moments of vulnerability against fast southpaw fighters, most notably in the early rounds against Zab Judah. Crawford, however, is not just a southpaw. He is also a highly skilled switch hitter, making him far more unpredictable and adaptable in the ring. This unique style creates a difficult tactical challenge that many believe would test even a defensive master like Mayweather.
Bud's performance last week, man. What do you think of Bud's performance last week?
Man, great. Bud always been like that. But I would question South. You know what I'm saying?
South. You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him probably going to 160.
I would beat up crazy. He looked at excellent. He looked at excellent.
This sets up a fascinating clash of boxing IQs between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford. Mayweather's brilliance is rooted in control, risk management, and his ability to trap opponents in a defensive system that slowly breaks them down. On the other hand, Crawford's intelligence is more aggressive and adaptive. He is known for studying opponents in the early rounds, reading their patterns, and then systematically breaking them apart as the fight progresses.
As Canelo Alvarez has been a great fighter his whole career, people like Erislandy Lara gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. People like Floyd Mayweather also gave you the blueprint on how to beat him. But Bud is more fierce, more fearsome, and more angrier, and more meaner than both of those guys. So if they showed you the blueprint, Bud gonna go out there, take that blueprint, and do even more with it, which is what Bud did. So it was never a question in my mind whether Bud really was going to outbox me, just if he could take the punch. And right away he showed, bam, he could take the punch. So I know from that point, if he just slow him down, which he did, he'd be okay. Then late in the fight, what other people still didn't see, late in the fight, Bud started hitting Canelo's body. One of those body shots, I think about the 7th or 8th round, hurt Canelo. I was like, whoa. Bud hit him in the right spot then. He got Canelo's respect with that too. So Bud fought a very, very awesome fight, fought a beautiful fight, very tactical.
Very controlled.
Yes, it was a beautiful fight for boxing.
It was a beautiful fight. Bud got hit with some shots.
He did.
He got hit with some single shots going out. He's going out and Canelo, if he has you trapped in the corner or along the ropes, it's typically 1 to 2 big shots. You know that if you've watched him.
Yep.
So you could tell Crawford, as he was going out, he knew the one shot was coming, and several times it landed. He even got hit with a 2-piece. I don't remember what round it was, uppercut right hand that Crawford took well. So when you started seeing him absorb the shots, if you're Team Crawford, you don't want him to take that shot. But if you started seeing that, now you know that, okay. And I think that's what gave Crawford the green light to stay there a little bit longer.
He smiled about it.
Yeah. And sometimes that smile can be a lie, and sometimes that smile can mean what I think it meant for Crawford, which is, oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was.
Could Terence Crawford's adaptable, problem-solving style be the key to cracking the defensive code that so many fighters failed to solve against Floyd Mayweather Jr.? When asked about this comparison, Crawford responded in a calm and confident manner, showing no hesitation in backing his own abilities. Meanwhile, Jeff Mayweather maintains that Floyd's defensive mastery and ring IQ remain unmatched in boxing history.
Yeah, I'm leaning Bud. Yeah.
He's slick, man.
Yeah.
He's slick. He's super intelligent. Like, he sets traps. He does stuff. And then, there's a bunch of great breakdown videos of particularly the Errol Spence fight, like him setting traps. It's just, he's a very high level guy, but Canelo is dangerous. He broke Billy Joe Saunders' whole face. Broke his whole face. What he did to Amir Khan. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy. And never been down. Never been dropped.
Yeah, Canelo's a stud. Yeah, Terence.
Yeah. Canelo, I may be the only one. I thought you won the fight. I scored it for you.
We need to accept it. We need to accept it. No matter what, in the scorecard, we lost it.
Well, you're the best. You're the number one fighter in the world. And I think keep shining. You want the rematch, Canelo?
The rumored condition being discussed is not tied to any complex contract detail, but rather a simple yet serious demand that strikes at the core of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s post-retirement legacy. It suggests a scenario that would force him away from exhibitions and into a fully sanctioned, high-risk professional fight. You understand the weight of this idea. People often compare it to a hypothetical matchup with Roy Jones Jr., where a similar condition was said to exist. Only a real, competitive fight, not an exhibition, would be acceptable. This same expectation is now linked to any possible clash involving Terence Crawford. Such a demand is considered significant because it would place Mayweather back into a live competitive environment, putting his famous 50-0 record, the foundation of his greatest of all-time claim, directly at risk.
Possibly remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost. Yeah, but man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
At the top of his career. But are you at the top of your career in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Don't you want
to make himself look like he did something great?
Since retiring in 2017, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has mostly appeared in high-profile exhibition bouts against a range of opponents, from YouTubers to MMA fighters. These events are widely seen as carefully managed showcases that help preserve his undefeated record. In contrast, a demand from Terence Crawford for a fully sanctioned professional fight would represent a completely different level of risk, forcing Mayweather into a true competitive environment against an undefeated, elite-level fighter still considered to be in his prime. Even if such a challenge was seriously made, many question who would have the financial power to fund an event of that magnitude, given the enormous purse likely required to make it happen.